back now to a stronger growth scenario with less, well, a little bit less inflation next year than this year. But bond yields, what's really interesting, they're higher. Cyclicals, of course, are higher as well. But we've got a lot of winners in the market today. Meanwhile, all about the moonshot.
Internet and advanced phone for $69.98 per month with over 99.9% network reliability. Call 833-919-2113. That's 833-919-2113.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited. All are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Secure is a product from GlobeX Data that has a different way of approaching cybersecurity. And with me is the CEO, Alon Gahi, to explain Secure and GlobeX Data. Welcome, Alon. Great to see you again.
Great to see you, Jane. Thanks for having me, and hello to our viewer out there.
So let's start with the 30,000-foot view. Tell me about the company, the products, and then we'll dig a little deeper into exactly what you're trying to do.
Sure. So GlobeX Data SA is a private Swiss company started by myself. I'm the largest shareholder of that company, myself being a Swiss citizen as well. We started in 2007, 2008, and started to create a product which now is essentially called Secure Suite. It's a document management tool. It has an email. The data is all hosted in Switzerland. We use proprietary technology, and we don't use any big tech platform, which is a huge thing. In 2012, we spun off a US division, GlobeX Data Inc. We even had Comcast as clients who were on their first cloud platform. And in 2019, we created our Canadian division, which essentially did a micro-cap IPO in July 2019. And in October 2019, we got listed on the OTCQB under ticker SWISF, SWISF. So this is kind of the general picture of the company. Management has a 35% ownership, which is a very large ownership for a public company. So we definitely have the interests of all shareholders at hand.
Okay. And then we're focusing on the Secure product today, the suite of products. Go into a little bit more depth about what all you offer with Secure.
So Secure, spelled SEKUR, is a solution that offers secure communication. We have a Secure, which is an email and messenger. We have Secure Messenger, which is just a messaging app. And we're also launching Secure Voice at the end of this year, 2021, and Secure Pro in Q1 of 22, which will be a replacement to Zoom. So what's very particular about what we do is the following. First of all, we use proprietary technologies, and we don't use open source coding. That is huge because 99% of the software uses open source coding, and it has now reached its limit of advantages because hackers are getting into those right now. We also store our data only in Switzerland. So that's also nice because Switzerland has the highest data privacy laws in the world, the strictest. And we also do not host anything on big tech platform. We have our own. So we also protect our users from any kind of intrusive laws. So that's critical. So Secure is only $10 a month. You get a nice email, 100 gigabyte of storage. You can also email and message non-secure user, guaranteeing you and the recipient a round-trip communication in full privacy. The difference in what we do is that we communicate throughout our secure server environment in Switzerland, as opposed to sending information back and forth over the internet. So we don't have business email compromise. We don't have man-in-the-middle attack, and these kind of hacks that you read about every day all over.
Every day. And that's a key thing, is that you can use a secure product, but the person you're communicating with does not need to have it in order for you to communicate and for it to be secure. Correct.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to communicate with my stockbroker, for example, and I need them to wire money in my bank account. Typically, a person would email, even if they have the best email in their office. When the email leaves their server, it becomes unprotected. And this is how hackers can get in. They read and scan the documents, they read everything, and now they have your bank account information, and they can even go in and take money out. There's been many articles published about bank accounts being emptied by hackers. Whereas with us, we use our technology called Secure Send. My broker can open it, and then they can secure reply. And the whole thing happens only within our secure Swiss environment. So, and they don't need to have the application at all. And we do the same with instant messaging, where we basically send a message to someone via an email, and then they click and they chat with us directly. It opens this closed loop pipeline.
And that's the key thing, is that you don't use like the biggies, like the Amazon Web Services. You touched on it a little bit, but that's really kind of your secret sauce, right?
Yes, we actually have a few layers of secret sauce. So one of them is the infrastructure. That is massive. So we don't use the big tech like Amazon Web Service, Microsoft or Google Cloud, and so forth. Most companies, even the private ones, they have no choice. They go to Amazon Web Service. We also don't require you to put your phone number when you register to our service and download the app, because the minute you give your phone number away in a messaging application, hackers can get into your device, and they also can get into all your contacts, because people synchronize their contact and upload all their contacts. So we have a thing called secure number. It's like the old Swiss bank account number 50 years ago, where you had this secret bank account information. And here it's a secure number as opposed to your real phone number. So you get anonymity, privacy, security, and nobody can get in like that because they don't even know you're using it.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned that we read about a hack literally every day. How big is the market for secure?
We've done some research, and a while back we found that, first of all, according to the World Economic Forum, which is held in Davos, Switzerland every year, the cybersecurity is costing the global economy $7 trillion a year. That's quite a lot in real damage and lack of productivity.
Okay. Well, this is certainly an important and growing industry as we go forward with more digitization of the world. So thank you so much, Alain, for coming and explaining secure and GlobeX data.
You're welcome. It's all digital, and we never data mine you. That's important to know.
Thank you.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our HearIQ 4 medical-grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Beatify is a decentralized music streaming service that helps artists generate the revenue from their own works, and probably, as founder Daryl Hillock would say, the revenue that they deserve, right? So welcome, Daryl. Good to meet you.
Thanks, Jane. Good to meet you, too.
So let's just start with overall. What is Beatify?
Sure. Beatify is a fair trade music streaming platform. So it's very similar to Spotify. except we pay musicians better. So what we've done is we've taken kind of that Spotify model of streaming music that people are familiar with, and we decentralized it. So we've created it on a smart contract, and we put it on the blockchain, and we've made it more efficient for people to use, and we've made it more efficient for musicians to use, so they get paid more money for their streams.
Okay, so more money, more efficient. Any other reasons why musicians should look at you as another distribution forum for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, aside from getting paid, 5 times more than the current legacy system, there's lots of reasons. I mean, it's more fun, it's more interactive. They can engage their fans in more creative ways. We really are focused on fair trade. So this pays people more than the legacy system in the United States, but it's also going to pay people more around the world. So we get people from Africa, we get people from Myanmar and Vietnam, and all sorts of different countries, and it actually enriches those people as well, right?
Oh, interesting. And kind of a world global music kind of tone to it too. So now, how do you make money? Because you're giving them more. What's your business model?
Yeah, great question. So similar to the legacy streaming models, we have a subscription-based revenue program. So we get a lot of money from our advertising and as well from subscriptions. But like a lot of blockchain projects in the crypto sphere, a lot of it is holdings, like token holdings. So that's also a great way that artists and fans can generate revenue, and as well as the company generates revenue that way.
Okay, so interesting. So you brought the token. So it's called the song token.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So how does that work? So let's say I'm a musician, which I'm definitely not. Music lover and appreciator, but definitely not a creator. How would a musician benefit from that? How do they get the token? How does all that work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, musicians get the token by going to Beatify.audio and signing up and uploading their music, and then just encouraging their fans to go and listen. So each listen is worth 1 token. And from there, they can stack their tokens, they can stake them, they can just hold them, they can do all sorts of things. They can sell them. They're available for purchase on SushiSwap or on coinsbit.io. So there's lots of different ways that people can acquire the tokens. For musicians, it's really for streaming. So for you and I, Jane, when we go to the platform and we listen to musicians, right away, the player will pay them every 30 seconds, actually, it'll pay them a percentage of the token.
Interesting. Okay, so every 30 seconds that somebody listens, they get an additional percentage of a token, I guess. So now you have grown rather fast. So tell me about your growth rate and how did that happen?
Yeah, it's an easy sell, to be honest with you. When musicians hear they get paid more than the legacy streaming services, they come right over and they bring their fans too. So I mean, it's a great way to do it. We've really automated the process of royalty payments and streamlined it. And we've removed all these middlemen there. So they get paid much, much more. The artist gets paid much, much more. So in that way, it's been an easy sell. It's grown. I mean, it's grown very, very fast in the last 6 months for us. And it's an easy sell, quite frankly, Jane.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because I know people in New York, bands that have had 30, 40,000 downloads, and there may be 4 or 5 band members. And by the time, there's downloads on Spotify and they divide it between everybody, they're making like $10. I mean, it's crazy, like how little.
Yeah, so it takes 650,000 monthly listeners on a legacy system to make minimum wage in the US.
Wow. Okay, that puts it in perspective because I knew and these guys are popular and have a lot of downloads and they still were making nothing. So, okay, how can a musician reach you?
Yeah, I mean, if they go to Beatify.audio, they can actually go and try the web app and upload their music and try it out. Everybody can go to BeatifyAudio.com and find us there. It's a great resource. The website's fantastic. I work with a fantastic team here in Toronto called Blockchain Mind, and they are helping us develop that as well.
Thank you so much, Daryl. So interesting to hear about Beatify. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our HearIQ 4 medical-grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
BlackBird Biotech has various biotech products, including Mite Extreme, which is a plant-based pesticide for spider mites. So with me, CEO Fabian Denault to explain more about this. And Fabian, I remember last time you were talking about uplisting the stock to the OTC market. Explain where that stands.
Well, the OTC market contacted us last week to let us know that even though it's been a couple of months that we've been in review process, we're still in review process. Expect resolution to that any day now.
Okay. And then you were also talking about starting sales numbers for Mite Extreme. Has that process started yet?
It has. We had some supply chain issues. Those have been resolved. We've been able to start blending. We've had our first sales here this month, and we continue to build our marketing database, and we're getting a lot of feedback because we have the only food grade plant-based biopesticide on the market. So it's very exciting. And sales have started here in Montana. I had some in Nevada as well. So we're starting to see that where we're registered, the sales are picking up.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a unique concept, is the plant-based pesticide. So now, what are you looking for funding to help with that marketing and the sales efforts with Mite Extreme?
Yeah, we just filed a regular offering last week. I also learned last week that we'll be able to start taking subscriptions in that offering at the end of this week. We're expecting to raise between $1 and $2 million, all of that most of that which will be used to build our Mite Extreme sales. We've been talking to a couple possible national sales managers. We want to bring on somebody who's very strong in that market to lead us there. So we're very excited about that, and it all seems to be coming together well.
Nice. So now what about state qualification for the pesticide? Like I know the EPA, there's a lot of different levels of regulation. How are you navigating all that? Where does that stand?
So once you get EPA approval, then you have to register each of the states. Now, with their state EPAs. With that, some of them actually have listings for specific crops such as cannabis. So right now we're registered in 7 states: Colorado, Washington, Oregon. We're also being permitted for use in the cannabis, Nevada, Montana, Oklahoma. We're on their list. We continue to put applications in. We have another 12 applications that are pending in 12 states, and we'll be submitting for the rest of the nation here and Washington, D.C. as well over the next week and a half or so.
Mm-hmm. And then what about the update on the testing that was done on the Botanical Research in Motion in Vancouver?
I'm happy you asked about that. The testing results are off the charts. Things we didn't expect, we knew but hadn't verified. That testing has gone very well. We're waiting for that whole report to be put together by the end of this month, and it's going to be some groundbreaking information that's going to be out there.
So that could really be a pivotal report in terms of where you go from here.
Yes, I think it will. We did a lot of testing up there in Canada right now on hemp. We're doing testing in other places on vegetables, but with the ability for Mite Extreme not only to kill mites, but works on other insects and molds and mildews. We've seen things that I was slightly aware of when I developed it, but am blown away with the actual lab results.
Interesting. And then there was also some testing in Israel too. What is that, and what's the status of that?
We're testing with a large ag chemical company.
Well, thank you so much, Fabian, for coming by with an update.
Jane, thank you, and you have a wonderful day.
You too. Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Wee Pad Inventor Company. Sologenic is an ecosystem that tokenizes stocks, ETFs, and commodities on demand. And with me is CEO and founder Bob Ross. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
Yes. So provide a quick introduction about Sologenic. What are you doing? What are you aiming to do with the financial markets?
Absolutely. Sologenic allows users and global investors to tokenize and access over 40,000 stocks and ETFs from top 30 global stock exchanges like NASDAQ, NYSE, London Exchange, and etc. Truly, we believe that Wall Street is a little bit outdated, and blockchain technology can play a very important role in disruption of the industry. Tokenization can bring a huge value, into the traditional financial market. Imagine that if global institutional investors and retail investors, they have access to all of these exchanges, global exchanges, on one single platform, and they can actually trade multiple assets against each other at the same time at a very low cost that can help them to manage their portfolio, in a better way, easier, and that potentially can bring more value and more cash flow into the market.
So that's really the problem that you're solving. Would this be more democratic? I mean, would it bring more people into the market, being able to be the fact that it's tokenized? And what does that mean for an investor? Exactly.
So it means that investors, they can actually tokenize assets. It means that once an asset is tokenized on our central platform, users, investors, they can actually take the asset outside of the platform. They can have the self-custody of the assets. They can even trade these assets 24/7. Versus the market average, the limitation of the market average we have, on the decentralized exchange. Not only that, we do offer more unique features.
Yes.
For example, fractional trading. That means that you can trade as little as $1. If you can even invest $1 into Amazon stocks right now, it's over $3,000. Or cross trading. That's a very unique feature. That means that let's say you have Tesla stock, right? That it's a tokenized asset. You take that tokenized asset outside of our central platform, you put it on the DEX, and there are other people, other investors that they own, let's say Amazon stocks, right? You can trade, you can convert your Tesla directly to Amazon stocks without having to go through conversion to fiat and then fiat to Amazon.
Very interesting.
So it's a shortcut, and we cut a lot of cost here.
Yeah, how interesting. I've never seen that before. I've seen the fractional trading, but not the cross, so that's interesting. So how are you in compliance with security regulations? I mean, and you're headquartered in Canada, right?
No, Estonia.
Oh, Estonia. Okay,
Europe,
so it's a blockchain. So, so how do you navigate all the securities, regulations globally?
Yes. In terms of regulations, there are two different regulations involved here. We're talking about securities regulations and AML regulations. For securities regulations, you probably know we are obtaining our securities brokerage firm license, which is called MiFID inside EU. That license gives us the opportunity to offer trading of securities to the European residents, and we can passport the service, outside of Europe to certain countries. So that's for the security side of the matter. We are active inside Europe at this moment, and this is how we are fully in compliance with securities regulations. In terms of AML. Obviously, all users, they have to go through the KYC and AML procedure, which is very standard in the industry. The way that now the question is, how do we authorize investors to trade these securities outside of our platform on the decentralized exchange? That's the question here. So fortunately, because we are using XRP ledger technology, if users, they want to trade these tokenized stocks outside of our platform on the decentralized exchange, each user, they have to whitelist their wallet address. The way it works, with the XRP ledger technology, there is a feature, it's called trust line. It means that you need to open a trust line from your private wallet with Sologenic ecosystem in order to be able to trade that specific stock. So that means that you have to go through KYC and AML. So at any point of time, we do understand who owns what assets. And that's exactly what is required by authorities. And this is how we are in compliance with.
Interesting, yeah.
So we make it we give you more freedom, but at the same time, we make sure that we meet the expectation of big brothers.
Yeah, okay. So what's your roadmap then for expansion? Where do you plan to go?
Roadmap, as you know, the development of the whole ecosystem is being completed at this moment. And we are in a very last step to obtain our securities brokerage firm license inside EU. We are, planning, we are forecasting that we're going to go live. We're going to launch our commercial service inside Europe for European residents within the next 3-4 months.
Thank you, and thank you as well.
He's got the answers.
Show me a problem, and I'm going to show you a way out of it.
He's telling it straight.
I believe that a thriving America leads the way to a happier America.
He's ready to make a difference for your money.
It's a red-hot economy, folks.
He's Kudlow, only on Fox Business.
Selling a home is expensive and stressful, so we set out to create a better home selling.
Energy-wasting AC system with the last air conditioner you'll ever buy. Semper Air by Semper Solaris, San Diego's local veteran-owned HVAC contractor. Here's founder Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. Work hard and keep your word, and that's what we do every single day.
Getting it done right the first time, doing it for the customer, doing it as a team. And that's what you do in the Marine Corps, and that's what you do here at Semper.
New AC systems as low as $74.95 a month with a lifetime warranty. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Solar and Tesla Powerwall. New roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments till 2023. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Plus a $500 downloadable coupon. Call now or visit SemperAir.com.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
What's up, America? It's your boy Ice-T. And if you know me, you know I love my cars. No matter how much I love them, I know they're gonna break down. And that's why I protect my babies with Car Shield. I know a car out of warranty means repairs are going to be expensive.
HR, benefits, and insurance. Sign up today for 1 month free at paychex.com/future.
We are the next.
The next generation of visionaries.
Rule breakers, game changers,
and world beaters.
We certainly aren't here to do what's been done before.
And neither are we. At Palo Alto Networks, we are ready to secure our digital future. We innovate to outpace cyber threats, so you can make the next day safer than the one before.
We've got next.
Investors, the best hedge is hard assets with lower risk and higher returns, including steady cash flow. The NRIA Prime Real Estate Fund pays a 10% monthly distribution plus targeted returns to 21%. Our fund diversifies against stock market risk with over $1 billion of new development value in progress. The Fed has plummeted interest rates, so hedge against inflation and stocks dropping. Call for our free investors report, Flow with the Fed. Call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
So a couple of hours ago, Senator Schumer and Speaker Pelosi announced that the White House has the framework for that $3.5 trillion spending plan. Pelosi was asked, what exactly does it mean?
That means we're proceeding, that we've made great progress and we're proceeding.
All right, so let's proceed here and bring in the host of Kudlow, Larry Kudlow. Larry, you know, despite these comments from Democratic leaders, it really looks like the spending plan and debt ceiling efforts, they're in complete disarray. What are your thoughts about what's happening?
I'm proceeding, Charles. I'm absolutely proceeding on this. And, you know, I think critics like myself and yourself